We still got Adrian over here messing with his mic.
We are live, PI live. We got Sean Brace in the background doing the electric slide.
He does it all.
Yeah.
He's practicing that Macarena right now.
No Macarena, just the electric slide. Got that swift hip movement.
Oh, man. The celebrations.
But how about that Eagles victory? Another dominant victory, 31 Bears, but two tough tests upcoming. Seattle, the Rams. We'll get into that today.
Yeah, we're going to talk about all that, man. 10-1 football team. We look forward to discussing all the
good stuff.
Yeah.
We're also going to get Sean and Tony in the ring. I'm gonna
we're going to argue a little bit.
Check.
We still got Adrian over here messing with his mic.
We are live, PI live. We got Sean Brace in the background doing the electric slide.
He does it all.
Yeah.
He's practicing that Macarena right now.
No Macarena, just the electric slide. Got that swift hip movement.
Oh, man. The celebrations.
But how about that Eagles victory? Another dominant victory, 31 Bears, but two tough tests upcoming. Seattle, the Rams. We'll get into that today.
Yeah, we're going to talk about all that, man. 10-1 football team. We look forward to discussing all the
good stuff.
Yeah.
We're also going to get Sean and Tony in the ring. I'm gonna
we're going to argue a little bit.
We're going to argue
It's
a little
okay.
bit.
No big deal.
Stuff.
No,
but I usually win at the end anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I should have the rest shirt on.
I know.
Swap.
You probably should.
It's going to be LL versus Cannabis tonight.
Ain't nobody even knows what that means.
I have no idea what that means.
Exactly.
No.
Second round knockout?
I got it. I know.
Sean knows what that means.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
This is the quick
I am
time. All right, let's get this bad boy going. Shout out to all the people watching us right now on social or on Facebook Live. We appreciate that. Make sure, Tony, you got the groups.
Yeah, I'm hooking it up.
Tony's going to be responding to all your hate messages.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of hate.
I think it's all towards me, too.
The Irker's going to irk.
All right, 3, 2, 1. And a good evening, everybody, to a special edition of PI Live. And you may ask, why is it so special? Anytime we get to hang out together, it's special.
Yeah.
But it's special because the Eagles are 10-1, and they are consistently, week in and week out, the best team in football. I know the Patriots are the Patriots, and I fully expect them to be there come February 4th, whatever it may be. But right now, the story of the NFL, obviously for all of us, is the Philadelphia Eagles and what they are doing every single week. It doesn't matter who's in front of them. And I'll tell you right now, guys, I got the same feeling heading up to Seattle. I need a little taste. I need something. I need, like, I don't want to say I need a loss, but I need, like, a good team. I need a battle. I need a good game. Anything. It's just disgusting every single week. It's a blowout.
Yeah.
So here we are again. Well. Chicago Bears. You know, we all put our predictions out there the week before, and everyone picked everyone picked the Eagles to win. And you know, any other year would be looked at as a homer, but here we are. And not only did I pick them to win, I said they're going to blow them out.
Yeah, so did I.
You know.
Yeah,
and
it was easy. I said 34-13. It was worse, and they looked sloppy too.
Yeah, they did look sloppy.
4 fumbles, 3 losses. You had 11 penalties for 70 yards.
Jeez.
So it certainly wasn't a perfect performance.
24-0.5, and it was over.
Yeah.
It was done.
Yeah, they completely shut down the running game. They run the outside zone stuff really well, but that's something that the Eagles' defensive line, front seven, defends very, very well. So Jordan Howard limited to 6 yards on 7 carries.
That's awesome.
That's just ridiculous. Came into the
unreal.
game third in the NFL in rushing. You had Tariq Cohen. He was unable to do anything as well. So 14 carries in all for 6 yards. So you stop their running game, they're not going to be able to move the ball. That's what they did.
And you know, and look, I realize when you are number one in scoring, it means you're going to be up. And the Eagles are number one in scoring.
Yeah.
32 points per game. It's incredible. That's an unbelievable number. And then when you're up, obviously teams are going to they're going to stop running the football against you. I get that. That's part of the equation here. But let's not be, let's not kid ourselves. This Eagles defense, this Eagles defensive attack against the rush is top notch.
It's ferocious.
And right now you're looking at number one on that,
Yeah.
number one against the run, and number one with points scored.
Yeah.
If you have those two statistics going in your favor, good damn things are going to happen.
And it's not just that.
They're
not. Number one in the red zone. They've scored 18 touchdowns in their last 20 red zone trips. You got the third down mark. Carson Wentz, 8 of 10 for 95 yards on third down. So you look at what Carson Wentz is doing even. No interceptions in the red zone. That's incredible to me.
Yep.
So, and he's also hasn't thrown an interception when blitz this year. So you're talking about a second-year quarterback who's handling the blitz like a goddamn professional, like a goddamn veteran.
Right?
It's all about Wentz, right?
It is all about Wentz.
It's all about Wentz.
It is all about Wentz and the defense. It really is. And
no touchdowns in 2 weeks for them too now. So they're really coming together if you think about it too.
I have them going up to Seattle and being a problem again. And
I agree.
And I think Seattle's a good team if they have everybody, but without Richard Sherman, that's a huge loss.
Thank you.
And I know everybody else, but
Right.
Richard is the big name.
Yes.
And statistically, he backs it up. When he's out in the field, numbers are down, obviously, but when he's not on the field, they get picked apart. So here we are. I want to say that it's going to be a good game, and the Eagles are going to have trouble. I'm having a hard time convincing myself.
I think the Rams is actually going to be harder,
to be
honest with you.
And I've been saying that for a couple weeks now. The one team that does scare me, nobody scares me. I'm ready to go, but poses the best challenge.
Yeah.
For me, it's the Rams, not the Vikings. It's the Rams. Because they have speed on the outside. They got a good defensive front. Aaron Donald, I love. I absolutely love Aaron Donald.
He's a stud.
Yeah, he's incredible. McVay, who's the new coach, who's just all over the place right now with their offense and their play calling, just came out today that supposedly he's calling audibles at the line.
He might as well just play quarterback.
I know, and I was like, that's a little tough for Jared Goff to swallow. But again, you're talking about a second-year quarterback as well.
Yeah, doesn't know where the sun rises. I want Sean McVay.
Mike Wright says name one guy on the team who's underachieved. You really can't, besides maybe Torrey or Smallwood. He's right. I mean, everybody on this team has exceeded expectations or at least equaled what they're supposed to do.
Vinny Curry was the one name that came to my mind, but Vinny's been playing well this year.
Actually, I think he's been good this
but he's
year.
paid a lot.
Yeah, he's
paid a
definitely
lot,
overpaid.
And that's not any fault of his own, but the linebackers are coming around. Are we going to see the new cat from the Saints? What's Ellerby, right?
Donnell Ellerby.
Yeah,
what's going on with him?
Well, I think it's just, he came in so late. You got to learn the playbook, got to learn the defense. So it'll take a couple weeks for him to get acclimated. So I expect him to play.
Could see him
Sunday.
This week. Yeah.
Could
Well, something happened to Joe Walker, right? Then,
he got injured.
Yeah.
So that happened. But even going back to Seattle, think about what they did at the trade deadline. They got Russell Okung specifically because of the Eagles.
Yeah.
Really?
I think so. Because, look.
Not because their line was terrible.
They're off. Well, it is. But think about going against this team and this front seven. And they knew that the Eagles, they were building this juggernaut. They saw it.
Yeah.
And then the Eagles, they almost kind of countered a little bit with the Ajayi thing. They're a little beast mode.
Yeah, no, and let's talk a little bit about Ajayi because I know Tony's
chopping at the bit.
No, it's not even he's chopping at the bit, but he put out an article, and you know what? He's been back and forth, and there's been some people that have agreed. I think here's my take on everything with the Ajayi comments, and I will go to the people that were inside and Les Bowen. And I know Tehran came out and was going back and forth with you as well. He does stuff with
all
BGN.
night long.
Yeah, he was
all night long.
But you know, these guys were there. And first of all, the media members around Ajayi, whoever was asking the questions, wanted this. They were digging. They were scratching at the surface.
Yeah.
They know what type of guy he was in Miami. They know all the rumors that were out there. They know that there was somewhat of a little bit of a, he wasn't
not rumors, right? Documented
well,
and true, profound information.
I mean, I'll go
not rumors.
I'll go with what Adam Gase said. Sure, doesn't seem like he's got the best ship going on down there, as far as I'm concerned.
I'm talking about from reporters out there. They were valid.
Oh no,
that was documented.
But the reason why is because him and the coach didn't get along.
Well, yeah,
that was documented as well.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so you can't go one without the other here.
Right. No, I hear you.
So and look, and people inside the locker room said Ajayi was definitely upset. He was upset because he fumbled the football. He was upset with himself. He lost an opportunity to score a touchdown there. Look, I'm not either way. I have no problem. I think you really, 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 really got to sit down and look yourself in the mirror if you're going to say, and I got a ton of this. I wasn't happy with how he sounded. I wanted him to sound. Guys, these are professional athletes. This isn't rah-rah time. That's not how they operate. And if you think that's the way it is, you really got to be careful when you start telling a grown-ass man how he should and shouldn't respond to something.
Well, the thing here is you're shoving microphones in athletes' faces right after a game.
Okay.
So you're going to get some responses like that. And veterans...
Nothing new, though. That's been happening for decades.
New.
He's not a veteran, by the way.
It's nothing new. Yeah, well, he's
not a
on the other
veteran.
side.
Right.
But veterans kind of know how to handle this. So when I see a
How long has he been in the league?
2 years.
This is only his second year?
or third year.
Third year. This is third year.
Yeah.
On a 4-year contract.
Okay.
Third
But
year.
you take a look at a LeGarrette Blount, for example. Now, I was trying to look for pressers
Or
right
maybe this
after
is
the
second
game,
year.
right after the Chiefs.
Might
game.
be a second year.
I think
Forget,
it's
I'm sorry.
third year because we played when we played Miami. What was it, 3 years ago?
This
whatever
is
it
his
was,
third
he
year.
played.
It's
They
third.
were-
Okay, so
third
we're
year.
right.
So
15.
So I looked at LeGarrette Blount. He had no carries against Kansas City, the only game the Eagles lost. I wasn't able to find a post-game presser, but I did find something a couple days after. And, he was just really lighthearted about it. He was like, yeah, we didn't run the ball in practice at all. We threw it every time. And then, he was like, yeah, I'm just kidding. We went, we worked on it. And then, obviously, they went and carried the ball a lot more. So I think this is a situation here where – I think Doug probably talked to Ajayi and was like, listen, if you got any issues, come to me. They talk about emotional intelligence all the time. Maybe Adam Gase doesn't have it. Maybe Doug Peterson does. So you went to Doug, you talk about it, and that's how you kind of rectify this. So I want to see moving forward. Okay, let's see how he handles pressers moving forward. But at the end of the day, I think everything is fine.
Did you have any problems with the way he responded to that to those questions?
I want to see how he handles it moving forward. Like, if he keeps doing that, okay, maybe it's a little bit of a concern.
Yeah.
But
and I could get down with that, but I guess
Yeah.
the bigger issue was what Ray Didinger said. I guess that's what.
yeah, he went a little overboard.
And that's-
Shut up and tote the rock. That's a little much.
Yeah,
that's a little harsh.
And Ray is not known for that. Okay, anybody that was trying to throw anything race involved in this, I slapped
that's
him,
ridiculous.
I slapped
Yeah,
him right down. Come
yeah.
on,
Yeah, I seen that. That's
There's
ridiculous.
got to
Nothing
be
to do
a
with
history.
that.
There
Zero.
has to be history.
Zero.
And there's zero history of Ray Didinger. He's a great guy.
He never screws up.
Well, I mean,
Really, honestly, never really screws up.
Yes, he does. He has. I mean, come on. That's the problem here. The problem is that people like Tony come out of the woodwork and say you can't talk bad about Ray Didinger or Merrill.
Wait, hold on.
Merrill,
It's not that you can't
or
talk bad about him.
Wait, the
wait a
two
minute.
guys in this city.
Wait,
that
you haven't.
can't-
Hold on.
Hang on.
Stop.
The two guys in this
Stop.
city that everybody goes crazy over are
Is-
frickin' Merrill Reese
and Ray
Didinger. God forbid you have anything to combat with those guys and their opinions.
But maybe you have the goal to be able, and you have the credibility.
Everybody does.
Wait a minute. No, when you have one podcast to your name and wrote one friggin' article, for you to come out and say this guy's washed up, dude, get out of the blogs.
Fair.
Get out. You have no business saying that.
That's fair.
That's really what set me off from the beginning. But I'm going to be honest. Before he even said it, before this whole Ray Didinger came out, whether people believe me or not,
I believe this.
When he, soon as Jay Ajayi said the same statement 2 times in a row, I said to myself, I think he's perturbed. I think he's pissed off.
And he was.
And not that he fumbled the ball.
Oh, you think?
I think there was more to it. And listen, for all the people that say I'm wrong, listen, I never understood that an opinion can be wrong. What I understood is we're not talking about concrete information, right? And I did go back and forth with Tehran last night. I went back and forth with a lot of people, and they kept saying, well, Tehran says, well, I was in the room. I heard the answer. That's great. I never said the answer was wrong. What I'm saying is, do we always have to take every player's word as gospel?
No.
Are they right? As a media member, are they always telling us exactly what they want us
have
to hear?
read between
right?
the lines.
Yeah, and I agree. And that's what I did. All I did was formulate an opinion. And I ask everybody, if, even though Tehran says I can't have ifs, if we were in Miami, if this happened while he was still in Miami, would we be looking at this a different way? Goddamn right we would, because of everything that's followed him.
Yeah.
So when you look at this, and for the people who say he agreed to come here, he didn't agree to come here, he was traded here. I'm not trying to say this is going to blow up. All I'm saying is I'm a bit concerned that it seems like he's not happy getting 5 carries a week. Okay, I know he knew he wasn't coming here to be the man, but being a competitor like he is, I'm sure in his mind he said to himself, "Well, even though they said it's going to be a carry tree out there, I know if I can prove how good I am, I'm going to be the number one guy. And it hasn't happened yet. And again, last thing I'm going to say is, and I know, Sean, you said I laugh when this, but everybody posts a picture of the Eagles having fun. Where's Ajayi in that picture?
Oh, stop it!
Wait a minute. No. Wait.
No.
Hold on, I got more.
You are not serious.
Stop.
You are not serious.
Let me answer something. Seriously.
You are not
Wait
serious.
a minute. If we are a team, right, and we're supposed to celebrate as a team, all I'm saying is, do you not congratulate your teammate? And maybe after, when he was asked that question, maybe he says something different, right? Instead of coming out on Twitter and saying, Philadelphia media are clowns, maybe he takes the higher road and he clarifies what he should have meant instead of saying the same callous statement 2 times in a row. That's all I'm saying. So, am I wrong to have an opinion?
No, you're not wrong to have.
Okay.
It's the wrong opinion, but you're not wrong to have an opinion.
But you can't say it's the wrong
Yes,
opinion.
I can.
You can feel it's the wrong opinion,
All right.
but you have no concrete evidence that says it's not. And I don't have any concrete evidence that says it is.
And here's the funny part.
Right?
And here's the funny part. With next week, say, because winning cures all, which is supposed to be the cliche, and they won, so therefore you thought Ajayi would be doing backflips for the people out there in your camp. It will be interesting to see what happens if this does take place again next week. Then you will be able to say, "See, I told you so." And I'm willing. And
for the record, I don't want it to be. I don't want that to happen.
And I'm willing to bite that bullet right now, and I believe it. But I feel like, with what everybody was saying, and Les was the guy that was said, "Hey man, I like Ray Diddy and he's amazing, but let me tell you something. It's extremely dangerous." I forget the exact tweet, for people to be basically being a shrink for when you're just watching this on TV. Yeah. Look, they were there. They were the ones asking the questions. Those damn media members. Who are the people asking those questions? If you know anybody, if you're watching right now, I would love to know who was asking those questions.
Derek Gunn asked those questions.
D. Gunn was there? I didn't think he was the one asking.
I watched the whole interview.
I'm pretty sure it was D. Gunn who asked those questions. D. Gunn, if you go back,
I don't think it was D. Gunn. I think D. Gunn was one of them. I think D. Gunn was one of them.
He was there.
Who followed up?
And I'm pretty sure he for 1 minute and 3 seconds, that clip was all D. Gunn.
Okay, I'll have to look back at that. But
I went and watched the post game live again. And I will say this: like, his head was down. He definitely wasn't in a good mood. He was definitely a little mopey. It wasn't like some of the other press conferences I saw where he had a big smile on his face and he was happy to be here. Now, here's what I'll say: I'm not concerned, but I definitely think this should be something to keep an eye on.
Okay.
Well, and listen, and that's all I was trying to say. Listen, it's something that concerns me, and it's something I think we need to look forward. Listen, and for everybody who says you can't look at body language, you're lying to yourself.
Well, again,
but you're lying to yourself.
Again, no,
right?
the big
we just don't know exactly why he had
exactly.
body language.
That's the point.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
But yes, you are.
How?
Because you're saying that's not the reason why he was upset.
What he thought? No, I did not. I understand he was upset about the fumble, but what I'm saying is, if that was all he was upset about, then how come he didn't answer the question that way? That's all I'm saying.
Well,
and then when they dug into it one more time,
and he just gave the same answer,
the same way.
Yeah, because you know what?
Why?
Because he has a feeling like, look at these damn media members. Look at them.
You think so?
I think so. You're not going to come to Philadelphia. You're not going to come to Philadelphia and all of a sudden think that like dealing with the media is going to be fun. And you know what? These guys are good guys. No. You're damn right. They got great PR members down there that work for the Eagles. This is what they get paid to do. So when Jay Ajayi signed that contract, look, these are some of the things that will be brought up in the initial conversation or week to week. And guess what? If there's an opportunity with your head down, they're going to pry. They're going to continue to go down that lane every single week. Hey, Jay, how you doing? Are you happy in this offense? Aren't you used to getting more touches, better, more percentage as far as rotations are concerned? So on and so forth. You know darn well. And that's the media's job to do that.
It is.
So I'm not faulting the media here either. But damn right, they were trying to start this.
Absolutely.
And here we are.
But let me ask
Absolutely.
Why did they ask those questions?
Because
they know his reputation and they're trying to get some clickbait.
Okay, but why did they ask him?
Because they know his reputation.
Whether the reputation, what I'm saying, you don't think that they witnessed, they seen, they had their own gut feeling about the way he acted up.
Fair.
Right?
Fair.
So they must have. D. Gunn's not just going to go out of the blue just because I'm going to try to stir something up. No, he seen something or he read into something between the lines and he said, you know what, I'm going to ask these questions.
Sure.
Right? That's a valid statement, correct?
Yeah.
So again, That's what the media does. Whether it's assumptions or not, that's their job, just like you said. But for somebody to sit there and say everybody's opinion, whether it be wrong or not, you can't say that.
Well,
this is a concrete information.
I think, like I said, it all comes back to Ray Diddy's words. That's where everything got crazy. When Ray Diddy said, "Shut up and tote the rock,"
or tote the rock, yeah,
that was over the top. It was over the top.
Yeah.
Shut up and tote the rock is like I said, these guys are professional athletes. Ray, here's my question. I would wonder if Ray would walk that back if he had an opportunity. I know he probably went on an Angela the next morning. That's still too fresh. But even this week, I would be interested to hear if Ray Diddy had a microphone in front of him tonight. Would he say, you know what, I was probably a little strong there, but these are exactly what you're saying, Tony.
Well, that's what
he's
I'm saying.
he's in the heat of the moment,
He's in the heat of the moment. Yeah, he's doing a post-game show. He's all fired up.
Yeah.
I know. These guys are excited.
So
Everybody's
he's just
fired
like
up.
Ajayi in that way.
10-1.
Yeah.
Well, Ajayi's in the damn locker room playing
Yeah.
every single day, you know.
Basically, yeah.
And I really don't think that it's a fact that we're trying to nitpick to find something to talk about. I think it's more of we're saying to ourselves, listen, this is a special year, and this was the last guy brought in, and we're just hoping that this does not become a problem. There's nothing wrong with that. We did this with T.O., let's not forget. Did we not? When T.O. came in here with his baggage, we all said, it's all good when we're winning, right? But let's see what happens to that loss, that Pittsburgh game, and what happened.
Well,
obviously, and a little more differently.
Yeah.
Okay, they're on the sideline
Yeah.
fighting with each other. But, again, we went by body language. We went by what he said, which is the same damn thing we're doing now. If these reports never came out, we never would have brought this up.
I love it. I love it.
I got a quick quote from his introductory press conference about
Yeah,
his
look it up.
distribution of carries, right? Because he kind of had that answer during the post game. So this was introductory press conference. That's the coach's decision to make on that for me personally in our running back room. It's just inside and push each other to be great. I strive to be great every day. I'm excited to come into the talented room and join these running backs and helping this team achieve their goal of a Super Bowl. He had a big smile on his face.
Yeah,
during
of course he did.
But he did answer it kind of the same way. That's the coach's
And
decision, and that's what we heard after
also
the game.
this, and let's move on because we don't want to beat this.
No,
to death.
I agree.
Good conversation.
It was good
I liked
back
your
and forth.
post.
Yeah.
Like I said, the only reason why I argued it is because I thought that Diddy was over the top.
I agree with that.
And a lot of people were like, "Oh, you can't say anything bad about Ray Diddy." Merrill Reese,
And
Ray
again,
Didinger.
I only said to
Merrill
the people
Reese.
that don't have a shit worth of a background to say that Red Diddy is nothing, okay?
No, that's
the
wrong.
only reason why I said
Again,
that.
everybody's getting a little over the top, and that's fine. I'm saying if people want to say that they're way over the top.
I don't have the credentials to say that about Ray Diddy. Okay, I'm being honest.
No.
I mean, we all have our own opinion,
but nothing
and I'm not saying
warrants
he's
that.
God.
But nothing warrants that. Like, why would you say that Ray Diddy? Why would somebody say that? If you're talking about Marcus Hayes, sure.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Ray Didinger
This is
doesn't-
one time. I mean,
Look,
listen, even Howard Eskin came out tonight and agreed with the people, so that's why I really think something's wrong with this comment. But I'm just saying.
He said what?
He agreed with the people that Ray Diddy was wrong.
Yeah.
That Ray Diddy is completely wrong with this point. So it makes you think. Usually Howard's out on that end.
Well, like I said, and another thing, and I just want to we'll move on after this.
Sure.
He's from the UK, right? He's not from this. I know he went to Boise State.
Yeah.
But
he's got that
He's
accent.
a different dude, man.
Yeah.
He's a different dude,
He's got some Marshawn Lynch in him.
and we
if you
get
think about it that way.
and I just feel like anytime you get into this world where, hey, you can't act like that. No, I need you to sound like this, and this is how you should have answered the question, dude. You're lost, because that's not how it works when you talk about professional athletes here. And I'll bring it to us, which people probably don't want to hear. And San Jose scores another goal. Go figure. God, the Flyers stink.
Flyers are terrible this year.
I'll say this.
Sorry.
Nothing irks me more than when somebody says, hey, you can't talk about that. Don't say this. Stick to sports. Do that. Like, dude, first of all, and again, I'm off a tangent, but I pay taxes, so I'll talk about whatever I want in life. But, dude, I'm 36 years old. Like, who are you to tell another grown-ass man what he can and can't talk about? Like, that's just... Dude, that's like the ultimate slap in your face. Like, dude, get out of here. I would never say that to, dude, don't you talk about that. Think about what you're saying. Like, don't talk about that. No. And when you're getting down that road, hey, Jay, you guys just won 31-3. I need you to be doing jumping jacks right here. You better be happy.
It's not about that, though.
You better be happy.
It's not about him doing jumping jacks.
What's it about them?
So, again, we're not trying to beat this, but again, you just take everything out of that clip just for him to say exactly what he said twice in a row.
Which I have no problem with what he said.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
No, he answered the question. He answered the questions.
Okay.
Tone,
All right.
the media
I'll
members
give you
were
that.
digging. He knows that they're digging. He's pissed off. I'm taking the word of the people that were inside the room.
Right.
He was pissed off that he fumbled. He was pissed off at his own play. Should he have been a little happy? Would I like him to be happy?
No, I
So
don't
we're not
think he
talking
needs to be
about this?
happy. I don't think he needs to be happy. But just answer the question like a normal person instead of giving that callous
He
statement
did.
twice in a row. No, he didn't.
He answered the question like a normal person because he knows that the media members were digging. Like, dude, get out of here. Like, yeah, man, I'm just whatever the coach wants me to do. I'm willing to do it. Whatever the coach wants. You know, what would
Look,
you,
I got a fan.
How would you like him to
See?
answer? I just want to know.
What's that?
You just said.
Yeah, talk to me.
How would you like him to answer the question?
I would have liked at least what I'm talking about afterwards, where he tweeted out the media is a bunch of clowns. How about we clarify what you meant instead of saying everybody's a bunch of clowns?
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. Because obviously, right there, you knew. All right,
That's
maybe,
fair.
That was a bit
right?
immature. Yeah.
Well, that's
What, the clown's response?
I thought
Yes.
so. A little bit.
I mean, come on,
I
man.
would have handled it differently.
Well, again, I mean, you got dude, it's social media, so everywhere. I mean,
true.
look at what's going on in the world with the Giants right now. We'll get into that in just a second.
jeez.
But you know, look, he's after the game. NBC Sports Philadelphia tags him, and he sees Ray Didinger in that 50-second clip going, "Shut up and tote the rock," and it's like yeah, it's like,
well,
fire it
listen.
up, you guys are clowns. I have no, and he used the emoji, so I think that's even better.
He likes the emojis.
Yeah, he does.
He does. Jay likes the emojis.
All right, well,
I bet he gets 10 plus carries this week.
I think we handled that fine.
Yeah.
And
See,
what
that wasn't that bad.
it wasn't that bad at all.
I spent all day trying to explain myself.
Yeah, good luck. Because people on social media will find anything in which way they want to spin it to make it their own argument. And everybody on social media wants to be the drop the mic guy, too.
Oh, yeah.
You got to have the last
yeah,
comment.
absolutely.
Got to be the last guy.
Yeah.
Got to be the last. So my new thing now is I just write last comment, last word. And then, like, the guy will follow up. Oh, well, you don't know. And I'll just make last word again. 'Cause I'm getting the last word because I'm typing that every single time.
There you go.
All right, so let's speak a little bit about the.
Sean Bray, should I have walked up to him as he was leaving misconduct to get the real scoop?
What the hell does that mean?
I don't know.
No idea. Jay Ajayi was at misconduct?
I guess. Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
Is it from a okay, cool,
Michael
yeah.
James response.
Damn right you should have, bro. I
Yeah,
went up to
man.
Shady McCoy a damn misconduct. And, hey, I'm sure Jay would have spoke to you. Because all these dudes are real personable. All these guys, they're winning. Everything's good right now. Everything's good.
All right, it's all
They're
good.
going to talk it out. It'll be okay.
Oh, yeah, everything's fine. Moving on. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
Let's talk about the fumbles, though.
Okay.
That's
What's
good
going
topic.
on there? What
All right.
what are we
So-
talking about?
So I did a little film study earlier today with my man Brendan, and kind of what we saw is this. So when you have these power horse backs, these big backs, they're trying to churn every yard they can, and especially with a guy like LeGarrette Blount who likes to use a stiff arm. So if you use a stiff arm out in the open field, what does that mean? You're using one arm to shield the defender, and you only have one arm protecting the football instead of two. So that balls out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So you just have to be a little bit more aware when you're putting that stiff arm out that there's nobody behind you ready to strip the ball. So that's what I saw with Ajayi and Blount, just trying to gain extra yardage. Didn't cover the ball up properly, and that's what happened. And Ajayi too, it was in his left hand when he was going against the right sideline. So it was a design run to the left. He cut it back across the grain because it was well defended. So he busted it out to the right side and just didn't cover it up with both hands.
Something that they're talking about today or this week, obviously, is can't have that.
Yeah.
Can't have that, you know. And
Just got to be careful when you churn those extra yards to keep both hands on the ball.
yeah. And Malcolm Jenkins was the other one after the
Yeah.
interception, which, defenders get down. But
And I
these
think
guys,
there was another
these
one,
guys
too.
all want to make plays.
Well, it was
Yeah.
Ajayi, right?
No, Jai had the one.
Well, Ajayi had one.
Blount had
Blount-
two. I thought Blount had two and
Blunt
Ajayi
laid
had
on the
one.
count twice. Wow. Okay. Well, anyways, it's obviously something that you can't do against a good football team.
Yes.
So that's got to be something that they correct.
I just got told to stick to coaching soccer.
Well, think about it this way.
Shout them out. What'd they say?
Nah,
What'd they say?
it's my boy. We're
Oh,
good.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, think about it this way: the normal game has about 12 possessions in it, and if you're fumbling it 3 times, that's a quarter of your possessions, and 3 more that you're giving the opponent. So can't be doing that against Seattle.
Stop digging, Fat Q. Stop digging.
Digging about what?
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
So whenever we bring up anything, we get told to stop digging. So.
Yeah, that's all right. Carson Wentz right now is just on a different level. 28 touchdown passes. I think that's what I wrote down, right?
Is he MVP right now?
In my opinion, yeah.
Odell,
Tim or
right?
Brady.
Yes. Yeah.
What, you think it? So you think they go Brady?
I probably would bet that, Tom Brady is 40, 41. He's, and he's doing this and making it look that easy.
He is. It's effortless.
He's got a lot more pass attempts.
He's got a lot more pass attempts,
yards. And he only has, 2 interceptions. So, well, obviously he has the yards and more pass attempts.
Yep.
But
he's leading the league in yards.
Yeah, that's understandable.
It's but we could say it's understandable, but it's crazy to think Tom Brady at this age is still just playing at this high of a level. And unfortunately for Carson Wentz, when you go up against a guy like Tom Brady, he's 26-3, over 3,300 yards.
Yeah.
You're probably going to lose.
Listen,
I'm curious what his
worst
third
thing that happens this year.
I know exactly.
I'm curious what
that's the worst thing.
I'm curious what Brady's third down and red zone numbers are.
It's fair. That's fair.
Because Wentz's is off the charts.
Well, I could probably pull up the situational stats right here as we speak.
Situation.
But I don't think people really want to get too much into that. But we'll have to check that out. But
Analytics.
Tom Brady is incredible.
Absolutely.
And it's between those two guys right now. And it's between those two teams. Tom Brady's 40 years old as we speak.
Yeah.
August is his birthday, so he just turned 40. It's just incredible. And these guys both these teams are on a collision course right now as we speak. We'll see what happens when the playoffs get here, but you know darn well you could bet on the Patriots being there. And I think the Eagles, if they have home field throughout, I don't expect, like I said, they're going to Seattle, and I'm like, they're going to win again.
Who's their biggest threat right now? Who do you think?
Like I said, the Rams.
Rams?
I think the Rams are.
I think the team to watch out for is Atlanta, actually.
Okay, that's fair.
Because, I just looked at, and, Jones just put up 250.
They had a good week.
250 yards,
They're
2
back.
touchdowns. Hadn't had 1 touchdown all season before that game.
Yep.
So he hasn't been doing much. They look like they're getting hot at the right time. They actually, if you look last year, they were 6-4 after 10 games as well, and they closed the season really hot. So we'll see if they get hot coming into the playoffs. That's a team I don't know if I want to play. The Saints are probably the other team.
Yeah, the Saints, and they just got brought back down to earth by losing. And the Saints have a decent defense, but again, it's just like, nothing worries me.
Mike Mettello, he says he's set in love for Miami.
What's up, Mike? My man, good people. So yeah, like the Vikings don't scare me. The Saints don't scare me. I know Case Keesum's playing really well right now for the Vikings, but that's all they have is that defense. I'm not worried about.
Wait until the playoffs, Case.
I'll tell you what, I'm really impressed. The Vikings impressed me. And I'm not saying they scare me, but they impress me that they've been able. Mike Zimmer's been able to build. Zimmer, right?
Great coach.
Yeah, right. So this guy, he went to the eye surgery last year, and listen, Sam Bradford, still he's going. Now you're bringing Case Keenum, and wow. I mean, this guy is balling. I mean, he built a defense around this guy. Dalvin Cook, he's out for the year. Adrian Peterson's gone. So now they have 2 guys in Latavius Murray, who's reborn out there. Jarrett McKinnon, who looks fantastic. I mean, it's amazing. And that defense is rock solid. So
defense is good.
They've been very impressive.
They completely reshaped that offensive line during the offseason. They added Riley Reif and Pat Shurmur. Who would have thought
Pat Shurmur.
How much job he'd be doing.
Yeah.
So, because Bradford was balling earlier in the season. And now it's Case Keenum. Here's what I think the recipe to beat them. So, if you stop their running game first, you can stop Case Keenum.
Yeah.
They've been running the ball really effectively.
They have.
And the Rams gave them that game, too.
Yeah.
The Rams had them. They fumbled inside the one. Cooper Kupp fumbled on the 1. There was another fumble inside Minnesota's territory. The Rams were in that game at half. They gave them that game. Connor Barwin runs right by him. Keenum when he threw it up for grabs, and they ended up making that play. So there was a lot of plays to be had by the Rams, and they did not do it on the road in Minnesota at that day.
Candace says Minnesota scares her.
If you collapse the pocket on Case Keenum, make him move around, deer in headlights.
Yeah, and
the
Vikings are a top 5 defense. And I'm trying to find Atlanta's 10th. Atlanta is 10th right now.
I think it's going to come. I mean, at the end of the day, it comes down to coaching. I mean, it's going to come down. I mean, these teams are going to be equally good, and it's going to come down to who can the chess match of the two coaches and who can outplay one another. I mean, it's exactly what's going to happen. So we just got to hope that that Dougie P is the man he looks like he is.
Does Minnesota have like an elite Super Bowl defense?
I'll tell you what, they're pretty damn good. But I'll tell you, I still
is it
ours.
like
the way we're playing right now?
Is it 02 Bucks, 2000 Ravens, Denver from a couple years ago, Seattle?
No.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so. I mean, I think it's coming to that level, but it's not there.
Not there yet.
No.
Because when I think about the I'm like, who are the Hall of Famers on that defense?
Nah.
I'm not really seeing.
There's no Von Miller there. There's no DeMarcus Ware. There's no Simeon Rice. There's no Warren Sapp. There's no Rondé Barber. Xavier Rhodes is pretty damn good.
He is really good. He is really good. If
He's
you're
pretty
playing
damn
backyard football,
Yes.
and you got the Eagles defense, you got Minnesota's defense, who are you taking first?
I'm taking the Eagles, and not
I'm talking like individual players.
Oh, individual
who's the best
players?
player on the field.
I'm taking Fletcher Cox.
Same.
Yeah, Fletcher Cox is a freaking beast.
Same.
He's
Gotta
an
be taking
absolute animal.
He is an animal.
Like he's going up against anybody, he's just throwing them to the side every single
The reason
week.
why I bring that up, it's almost like the Eagles defense is almost getting overlooked in a way.
Well, not by a lot, but I mean, I could hear what you're saying. But a lot more people are starting to come around, going, what
Good.
the hell is going on with this
Good.
defense?
Yeah, a lot of people are talking about it.
A lot of people are starting to go even further than this year. A lot of experts are starting to look at this division, going, dude, the Eagles might own this division.
Little
like they
D
did.
word they're saying. Huh?
Well, and again, that's a little too crazy for me to even comprehend. I can't even say it. But I just look at how the Eagles ran shit from 2000 to 2004.
Yeah.
And
we did.
I don't care, bad division or not. Bottom line is they won the football games that were in front of them. But the division at the same time was not at its best. Let's just be honest about that.
No, that's very true.
I think if Kirk Cousins leaves, I think the Redskins are in trouble. The Giants, we know, are in trouble.
Eli's gone.
Dallas, I don't
Eli's
know what
gone.
the hell is going on in Dallas.
I predict that Eli goes to Denver about 3 weeks ago.
He might end up
I
in
still feel that.
Jacksonville. with
I think
Coughlin.
they're like in Bortles out there, man.
Yeah, but he's got Coughlin has something for you.
Well,
They
he
have
does have the
history.
Coughlin connection, but I still think he winds up in Denver.
Denver was my initial instinct too.
like his brother.
Yeah.
So we'll see with that. But like we touched on, the number one concern for us, different teams.
Solo all the way from Austin, Texas.
Number one concern for the Eagles?
No, I'm talking about team-wise.
Yeah. Gotcha.
But again, let's bring the focus back to the regular season this week against the Seattle Seahawks. Tell me a little something about the Seahawks that I might not know, Adrian.
What don't you know? We kind of know about the offensive line. We know that they don't have any running game. Their front seven's still pretty good. So I mean,
yes, they are.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to run against them. So if you want to beat them, I think throwing the ball actually a lot's actually the recipe for success, especially without Richard Sherman, Cam Chancellor. You know who is really playing well for them? Shaquille Griffin, their rookie out of Central Florida, I believe. So he's been really good. I liked him coming out of the draft. So he's been good as a rookie. They have Byron Maxwell back.
Yeah.
He still stinks.
Will Marcus Smith suit up against the Eagles?
Has he suited up all year?
Ooh, I gotta look
if he's
at
gonna-
that.
I would imagine he
I
has.
think he has.
Yeah, he is.
Wow.
Yeah, he's in there. He's making tackles.
They got
last week
they
against
got Jeremy Lane back from the
against.
trade.
He had a sack last week.
Oh, damn!
Marcus Smith had a sack last
Career
week.
game right there.
He's had 4. No, I'm okay.
We are
so
blowing up over here. I'm trying to keep up with these.
2.5 sacks this year for Marcus Smith. All right, good for him. He was a bust.
The Eagles will beat the Seahawks 34-21.
I can
Andre
get-
says.
I can get down with that score. Actually, I can get down with that score.
I can get down on that score too.
I didn't
really
think-
think the Rams are going to be the hard one, not
Yep.
this one.
Yeah, and again, they plan on staying out there in the West Coast for these back-to-back LA games, and then the Giants come back in that third week. Interesting, but I think they're falling apart at the seams right now as we speak.
We're going to see Geno Smith or Davis Webb.
Yeah,
so.
who knows what we'll be seeing in 3
Davis
weeks.
Webb.
Yeah.
There might be a chance that Eli's starting in 3 weeks.
Could be.
So it's falling apart real fast up there, which is crazy because they had a great season last year.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden McAdoo can't do anything right, and they want him gone.
Yeah.
I have no problem. Let's hold off on that. Let's continue with the Eagles because we'll talk about
With the LA Rams having a well-balanced offense, just like us, do you think we can beat them as a potential NFC Championship game opponent? What are your thoughts?
Yes.
Here's why you can beat the Rams. They struggle covering the run along the edges. So you look at this Eagles offense, very versatile all the way around. Not only can you run on the edges, you can run inside, and then you can also work all the passing underneath, intermediate routes. So very versatile. And the Rams, again, struggle on the edges. So you get Ajayi out on the sweep. On the outside zone, you get Clement, who's really emerged the last couple of weeks.
He really
The Eagles have rushed for 175-plus yards in their last 3 games. Haven't
Crazy.
done that since 1990. So there was like a little bit of a lull here where the Eagles were kind of not running the ball effectively, but offensive line playing great. Big V has stepped in seamlessly. That's crazy to me. And then Stefan Wisniewski has been a huge
I was just going to ask,
X factor.
who do you think? Because I seen somebody write today, and I forget who it was, that Brandon Brooks is the best guard in football. Which I
Best
thought was
guard in football?
Well, that's a stretch to me.
I don't even know if he's playing better than Wiz this year.
But the thing is, I think
He's played really well, though.
He had some mental issues or
Yeah,
what was going on, right?
Yeah, last year.
And again, you bring up Wisniewski. We heard Kelsey couldn't play anymore. I mean, those 3 in the middle have been unbelievable.
You know why Kelsey has had a resurgence? Because of Doug Peterson.
Because Doug knows how to use them.
Because he knows how to use them. Because you got to see. Listen, he's like, I don't want to compare him to Jason Saturday, but in terms of the build, they're 285, 290 pounds, or whatever they are. So quick first step, you got to get him along the perimeter on the sweeps, and the way he can hook a defender on the move is just insane. He's not going to push people backwards.
No.
So that was the problem with him the last couple of years. I think just.
Well,
that way.
The whole reason,
and then the holding penalties and all the penalties he had.
The whole reason why, coming back to the Rams, the whole reason why I've been saying all along, because they have speed. You know, Watkins is a damn good receiver. Gurley, speed. Woods, who's on the other side, he's having a good season.
He might be hurt though.
But I heard he might not play.
He's got an injury right now.
In 2 weeks? Or he got hurt last week?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
I thought he played that game. Okay.
The reason why I know that is because he's on my fantasy team. He's been killing it.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. And
also, keep in mind, Sean McVay, when the Eagles struggled against the Redskins, who was their offensive coordinator? Sean McVay.
Yeah.
So this is the same offense.
Oh, this guy's good. He's good.
He's a genius.
They have whoa.
He's a genius.
Whoa.
For
What he's doing, learn tossing around the word genius with Chip Kelly. You know, hold up. We gotta hold out on using that word.
All right.
Is he damn good at calling plays? Is he an offensive guru
what's the
right
word?
now?
What's the word?
I think it's because he's a young guy.
Yes.
Right? And he's coming, and I think it more has to do with the fact that last year, Jared Goff was horrendous under Jeff Fisher. And now he comes in, and it's like a reclamation project. This guy has just, complete 180. So I think that's
like, we got to refrain. We got to do better. Not just everybody. Everybody's got to do a good job of holding off from saying great and genius.
Yeah.
Like those 2 words, we got to reserve those. Like when people are telling me LeVar Ball is a genius.
Thank you. Your analysis is killing me.
I'm having a problem.
So that's a good thing.
I'm thinking.
Well, what's it? And they got to give us more than just, hey, your analysis is killing me. We need more than that.
I'm going to take that as a compliment.
Pose a question. No, I mean, you're on it. Look,
hey, Sean, is that a compliment, or you mean something about that?
What's that?
No, not Sean. Sean on here.
Okay.
I'm sorry. My bad.
Yeah, we're doing a show, so I don't know if you want to talk to your phone. That's fine. But
I'm asking.
We're doing a show.
Well, since you told me how to formulate my opinion, I was asking, hey, Sean, can you tell me?
No genius.
Here's
great.
What I'll say, though, about the Rams offense. They just always have guys running free.
Not a good thing. You got a fan, FedQ.
Nice.
No
That's
notes.
what it's about. No notes. But Aaron Donald, on the defensive side, I like their speed on the offensive side. I think that squad will be a tough spot for the Eagles to win that game. So here we are. Let's look at these next couple of games, these 3 road games, really. And if the Eagles come away with 2 out of those 3, boys, they're locking up the 1 seed. They're home field throughout. And we're talking about some freaking muscle right now. Yeah. That's what it's all about. If they get the 1 seed and are home throughout, because you don't want to go on you don't want to go to the West Coast for a playoff game. You want everybody to come here. That link is rocking. Everybody's believing right now. Nobody's scared, and nobody should be scared because the Eagles are the best damn team in the NFL, and they're playing like it.
Yes.
Like, I don't understand how anybody could sit there
tired
unless you have
tired of hearing the opposite.
because
Come on,
because
stop.
you have a slant.
Yeah.
Because somebody is a Cowboy fan. Because somebody doesn't like the Eagles. Something about Philadelphia. That's the only reason why you could even say anything negative about this.
Stop
team.
about the schedule.
Yeah.
Stop about the injuries. Stop. We persevered the same amount of injuries as anybody else. I mean, we really have.
I agree.
I mean, look.
I will give the benefit of the doubt to Dallas with Zeke. That's a huge loss.
Yeah, but you know what? That's their own loss.
I agree with that.
And they
It's their own fault.
Right,
for
that's what I
they
mean.
handled.
That's their own fault.
Yep.
He could have taken that way earlier in the year, which we knew was a conceivable notion that he was going to get it anyway. So he should have just took it, and he would have been fine right now. But instead, look what happened.
Yep.
So they played a game of Russian roulette, and they lost.
Well, and you just look at what's happening right now with this team, and it's something special, and I think we all realize that right now. So moving forward, I look forward to this game. I'm not trying to get ahead of myself, but I'm looking at these next 2 out of the 3, and if they take those 2 out of the 3, we're talking about a 1 seed, and that's what that needs to be at the forefront of this road trip right now as we speak. And then Christmas night for the Oakland Raiders, which should be a fun game. Looks like they're bouncing back
A little bit, but they still look a little rocky.
But they're they're 1 game out of first place.
Yeah.
So they're back in it. How about Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs?
Yeah. It's what that is?
Dude.
It's
Dallas-
Alex Smith
Dallas.
going back to reality.
You know what it is?
You remember?
It's me.
Why is it you?
Because I said he was a top 5 quarterback the
yeah.
week of the Carolina Panthers game. I said, Alex Smith, here's my power rankings.
I would have
Alex Smith.
definitely told you were wrong.
You could have told me I was
I don't
wrong,
remember that.
but my stats were backing it up.
Stop with the stats.
At that point in time, you're not talking about resumes. You're talking about what the guy has done this year. And at that point in time, they were undefeated. Tone, you got to give it up. The guy was playing good football.
Yeah, but he's a dink and dunk quarterback, right?
Not at that point in
Right.
time.
Yeah, he
he
wasn't
was
going-
stretching the
He
field.
was
Not
stretching
much.
it with
I think
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek was stretching the field for him.
Of course, but he's
Right?
hitting them.
With a 10-yard
All right,
post that he
but-
took for 90.
But here we are.
Stop.
They're 6-5.
And what's happening now?
Oh my goodness.
Are we going Mahomes?
No, you can't go Mahomes.
You have to go
You
Mahomes.
can't go rookie.
Why not?
Because it's a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, but you're done now.
You're not done. You're 6-5.
You're 1 game ahead in the division.
Listen,
Yeah.
but still, it's not working, right? It's not working. So it's the McNabb factor. You got to go. You got to put the rookie in. You got to see what he's got because Alex Smith's not your answer for the future.
These guys, we're going to come to the Giants scenario right now in just a second, but practice. These guys work with these guys, these quarterbacks, these coaches. They know what these guys are able to do. They're capable of doing. And something tells me that Alex Smith looks better than Mahomes does at practice, or else they would have made the trip.
Do these
made the
coaches
change.
know what they're doing? Because you put Nathan Peterman out there and he threw 5 picks. Do
That
they
was
know what they're
McDermott.
saying?
Yeah, that was Sean McDermott.
Yeah,
And
I don't know.
That was a big
It's
head
a bad call.
scratcher.
It was
Yeah,
a
it
bad
was a real
call.
bad call.
And I'm a fan of what he's doing up there.
I like McDermott.
But it was a bad call. And I don't know if he was trying to light a fire off of.
I think that's more what it was.
I-
I don't think he put them in there to think they had a better shot to win. I think it was more light a fire under them because, listen, you just put them right back in after that one bad
True.
week. So I
Wasn't-
really think no matter what Peterman would have done, I think Tyrod was going in the next weekend.
Yep. All right, let's move on to the Giants and what's happening with Eli Manning and how everyone is so upset. And I don't know if it's just a matter of, hey, it's the end of November and we don't have anything really to talk about. So I'm going to be, oh, my God, you can't bench Eli Manning. But that's what a lot of people are saying. Giants fans, I get it. 2 Super Bowl championships. Eli has been an absolute warrior. Has never said anything wrong. Eli's been the professional since day one. And in that city, you got to give him the benefit of the doubt. You tip of the cap. God bless Eli. But here we are. It's 2017. Was that Super Bowl the last Super Bowl? 2011.
2011.
That was a long time ago, man. And I realized the team won games last year, but Eli didn't really show you a lot. They didn't make it happen when it came down to it at the end of the season. Here we are this year. They're struggling. Part of it is to the point that you don't want to actually win games either to improve your draft status for next year. So maybe that had something to do with it. I thought that they approached it the right way. They said, Eli, you can start. We'll pull you. You keep the streak alive.
Yeah.
Credit to Eli for saying,
Absolutely.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, he visibly upset, too, if you've seen that press
He
conference.
was.
He's a competitor, man.
Yeah.
He's a
but
competitor.
with 5 games to go in the season, you're out your damn mind if you think Eli Manning should start the rest of the season. And I realize that Geno Smith, we know what Geno is all about. But you know what? We know what Eli is right now.
Well, I have an issue starting Geno Smith over Davis Webb. That's my thing. Because I want to see what you have in your rookie. Because I think this is kind of going this way. They're going to go take a quarterback next year. This is what this is looking like.
Sure.
So you got this rookie. Just kind of see what he has. Throw him out there. And that's how I would approach it. Geno Smith, we already know he's a dumpster.
To that point, okay, and I think that they don't have like a rotation build out ready to go. It's just like I think we're going to see Geno.
They're going to show him both.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, don't get caught up in the fact that Geno is in there right now. I think Geno will, the best man will win. And I think you're going to have 1-2 games, and then somebody's going to step up and look better than the other, and they're going to go with that guy to close the season out.
I don't think Geno should be starting at all. That's just me, though.
But there have been, and Geno has played bad. I mean, he's looked really bad on film. I can't argue that.
Bad or not, let's just remember why he gets that reputation, right?
What happened?
What did he bet money or he owed somebody?
And he
money,
got punched in the face.
Yeah, I mean that's what.
Well, I mean the biggest thing is how he played. He was terrible.
Oh, he was terrible.
He was absolutely terrible.
But I think it got highlighted by the fact of what happened in the locker room.
Yeah, and you're talking about the Jets and that situation too.
And who was that? Did anybody remember?
It was a linebacker. He got cut.
Yeah, he got popped pretty good too.
Yeah. I forget.
Asking for his money. I forget who it was.
But still, that has everything to do with it. It was the Jets. It was such a circus up there. And now here we are. I have no problem with the Giants making moves right now. And I think that anybody that's piling on Ben McAdoo, saying that, again, I'm not going to get into whether he's a good coach or a bad coach, and I think that has something to do with it. Don't get me wrong. But for this situation here with 5 games to go, I have no problem with him saying, you know what, we're going to see what these young boys can do.
Speaking of Ben McAdoo, how about all the people, they get on us all the time about our opinions and stuff, but how about the people that come out who wanted Ben McAdoo? I mean, I've come out on this show and specifically said, listen, I was wrong with Doug Peterson. I'll admit that. I was wrong, but Ben McAdoo, what all the people wanted Ben McAdoo? Nobody's coming up and saying, hey, you know what, you're right, I kind of wanted Ben, and nobody has said that so far.
He was
a lot of people wanted him.
Yeah. No, well, that, and I think it was his job to have.
I think so too.
It was
come out.
Yeah,
that's what they said.
That Doug was the fallback option. I mean, I guess because of his Green Bay pedigree, I guess that's why we wanted him. I think offensively he was going to be this genius, but I mean, it's a dumpster fire out there. I mean,
I think they wanted Gase initially, but he wanted to control the roster.
Oh, they didn't want to give him Gase, right?
And then it was McAdoo, and McAdoo went to the Giants.
Coughlin.
So then, Coughlin too. He didn't want any part of us.
And
then it was Peterson. Peterson was like the 4th option here.
Oh, I love it.
And we lucked out.
Look at it. Unbelievable.
Dougie Doug's paying off right now.
Fresh.
10-1 and the number 1 team in the league, and it doesn't get.
Who'd have thought?
No, tell me about it.
Who'd have thought?
Cool, man. We touched on everything. We really hit a lot of things.
Yes, we did.
And it's always fun to yell and get Tony fired up over there. What are the people saying? Got any comments over there? We got anything good?
Dude, there were so many comments tonight. I was trying to keep them all
good.
Here you go. My Sean, look to the right and tell me that guy's beard isn't legit for the Sharks. I'm not sure. That was a couple minutes ago, so I'm not sure.
I mean, there's hockey. Hockey beards are crazy.
Props to all the crazies who said 13-3 before the season. They say it every year, and 1 out of 10 they nail it. That is true. That is true.
Yeah, it is.
And Bobby kind of agrees with you. He said, Geno isn't the future. Why even make that move? I could understand if it was for a rookie you want to look at, but we know Geno isn't the answer.
Yeah,
so
that's
he's
basically
right.
how I feel.
Yeah. Oh, there you go, Bobby. I admit I wanted Ben too. Good thing I don't make the decisions.
Yeah, I didn't have
credit to Ben.
See,
for admitting the truth.
Honestly,
Bobby. My bad.
And
Bobby.
And when it came to the hiring of Doug Peterson, and it's the same thing. Same thing with the Phillies. Here we are. Gabe Kapler, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, like I can't. I'm the type of person that won't throw. Like maybe if I was in Tennessee shoes and they were talking about hiring Greg Schiano, I'd have been like, I don't know.
Oh, that's going to get ugly.
That was ridiculous. The way it went down. Like I don't think he's the best coach.
No.
But that was ridiculous the way that Clay Travis put that whole.
And now they're hearing they may have to pay him.
Yeah.
They may have to pay him even though they want him now.
Well, and that's in the grand scheme of things, who's at fault is that athletic director.
Oh, no doubt.
He was the one that has no spine.
Absolutely.
And you got to have balls and or whatever. Don't take that as
cojones.
Yeah, whatever for ladies. Courage. You got to have courage. Like, you got to own it. Like, you got to realize that anything
guts.
can be turned around on you, and you have to own it. You can't flip-flop. That's not what it's all about. That's not what leadership is all about. You got to think 2 steps ahead. Hey, if we bring Graciano in, are people going to bring this up because they're not fans of him? Possibly. Well, if they do, what are we going to do? We're going to stick with our guy. If not, you don't hire him.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that difficult.
No, it's not. It's not
and they absolutely butchered that. And they butchered it in Tennessee.
Bad.
And if I was a coach, that, you know, unless you're going to pay me a couple mil over the top, like Gundy over in Oklahoma State they want now, I'm telling you, I'm not going to that place. Hell no. And you want me to coach against Nick Saban and Georgia and all those other squads?
Exactly.
No. Unless you're going to pay me a couple mil extra.
Herm Edwards going back to college.
Arizona State.
That brings me up to Chip Kelly. Do you think maybe he was a little scared of the SEC? That's why he went to the Pac-12?
I don't think Chip Kelly was ever going to Florida. And I think that Steve Spurrier's words 2 weeks ago told you exactly that, and they went out and got Mullen. Mullen was the guy from day one.
What did Spurrier say?
Spurrier said, our coach is coaching right now.
Okay.
Meaning Mississippi
Mullen.
State. Yes.
Gotcha.
And here we are, and I know there were people out there putting that rumor out, oh, Chip Kelly's going to Florida. Blah, blah, blah. I don't think it was ever a possibility. Mullen was the guy. And Spurrier's words said that 2 weeks ago. So here we are. And Chip Kelly, for the people out there that hate on Chip, I get it. I brought it up at the Xfinity Live, our pregame. So we were on the microphone talking, rapping, just having some fun. It was the day after. You know, Chip Kelly's made over $100 million coaching. Unbelievable. Yeah. So I asked the room, here, Victory Beer Hall, how you feel about Chip Kelly? Everyone's booing. Boom. And I get that. But at the end, let's bring it to the beginning.
Exactly.
When we went the back-to-back seasons with 10 and 6.
Yo, Philly.
Out the chute. Coming out here, winning 10 games, back-to-back seasons. If you win 10 games, you should not miss the playoffs. I feel like that should be a rule implemented. You win 10 games in the NFL, you need to make the playoffs. We didn't make the playoffs that year, whatever.
And the first year they lost against the Saints, right?
Yeah.
That was the Saints year, right?
Yeah. And it was a game to possibly get it. Look with Nick Foles as the quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, could you imagine? And Mark Sanchez. But Chip Kelly hurt himself by getting rid of guys that he couldn't handle. He couldn't handle a professional locker room, so he felt like getting rid of the guys, out of sight, out of mind,
for nothing,
and everything would be fine. Shady McCoy was a terrible move. It was. And I realized here we are now, and none of that would happen.
Deshaun.
Yeah.
Matt, I mean, there's so many. I mean,
Chip is going to win games at UCLA.
No doubt
absolutely. I agree with that. Yeah, absolutely.
No doubt.
They'll be Pac-12 champions 2 years from now. They'll be in the Final Four. Will they win it all? I don't know. So everyone's like, oh, he'll never win the big game. Dude, he came down to the final second.
He got there against Auburn. Yeah.
And they won on a field goal at the end of regulation.
22-19 it was.
At the end of regulation.
Yeah.
So he got to the final snap of a national championship game. And oh, by the way, his team got back to a national championship game.
That is true.
So, I mean, I get the hate. I do. But, dude, don't let it cloud your vision of understanding that Chip Kelly's a damn good coach.
Go back.
Go
back, and not to cut you off, but just go back and remember that first half against the Washington Redskins.
Are you kidding me?
And I mean, if we could go back and look at Twitter blowing up that night, I mean, it was like, what are we witnessing right now? Nobody knew what was going on.
Nobody did.
So it's just, that's going to be his claim to fame forever in Eagles history.
And,
well, he brought the up-tempo offense to the league. And,
he did.
But he got stubborn with it. And as all the other coaches were going a little slower and speeding things up, throwing change-ups in there, Chip just went fast all the time. And all the defenses figured it out. So you got to switch up the tempo, man. That's what you got to do now. That's the thing now in the NFL.
Yeah, well, the thing now in the NFL is continuing to sling it and catch it, and that's what the Eagles are doing.
He was ahead of the curve, and he quickly got behind it.
I want to give a quick shout-out, and we're going to do last words, but everyone watching, man, we greatly appreciate it. And as I'm on Facebook now, I see a bunch of shows like Fourth and John's doing their thing, and it's cool to see that the people are starting to pay attention to shows on Facebook Live. We're continuing to build this studio down here. My man Bill Strobel's coming tomorrow as we speak. We're working on this mural on this other side, so we're gonna have 2 different angles coming, man.
Sweet.
Looking to change it up a little bit, but we appreciate everyone checking in tonight. Let's do some final words before we get out of here. Adrian Fedke, I will start with you, my friend. Go ahead. Let us know what's on your mind.
Yeah, final words. We didn't really get to talk about the Sixers tonight, but I've been enjoying the season so far.
Yeah.
I'm loving every single second. It's a lot of fun. They're fun to watch. Now they're not hitting 3-pointers right now, but they're passing the ball tremendously. T.J. McConnell the other night.
Wow.
Like how T.J. freaking McConnell
got it wrong.
Wow.
I admit. I
He's
didn't think,
awesome.
I thought, TJ's balling
he's
this
just
year.
penetrating into
Yeah.
the lane, kicking out passes. He had 13 assists the
Did you
other
see
night.
him on Dwayne
without Ben
Wade
Simmons.
last night? I mean, he was all
Little
over
bulldog.
Dwayne. Yeah,
Bulldog, I am.
Totally
Yeah.
wrong about
He
TJ
never-
McConnell.
He never gives up.
No, I got to
So
give it up.
just to show some Sixers love to close the show.
No, I like
talk
that.
some Sixers.
And I felt like, that they were going to be overmatched against the Cavs. I felt like LeBron was going to get up for
Yeah,
that game.
yeah.
And next thing you know, I think he scored the first 9 points, and I'm like, yep, there it is.
Yeah.
So we're in trouble.
Made a little run there in the third quarter with Joel Embiid.
And
but,
as bad as the Sixers played, they were in the game until the end, and then they
Yeah.
ended up getting blown out that final stretch.
Yeah.
And then Brett Brown waved the white flag. The Sixers are not ready to compete with the Cleveland Cavaliers. I know that's
No.
tough for everyone to swallow.
We all
but it's
know
the
that.
Truth.
It's the absolute truth.
Yeah, it is.
You knew that, in
And
that
it's okay
game.
to say that. Yeah.
No doubt.
So that's good. I like that little Sixers love on the way out. Tony Cotillo, what you got, brother?
Yeah, I'm all fired up from earlier, and I kind of tame now. But but my
He
final
was
thought.
seeing red.
Ready?
He was.
Wait.
Tony was
You know what's-
responding
you
to
brought
every
up the
comment.
Sixers, right?
Every
Yeah,
comment.
yeah.
Tony was like,
Yeah. But Joel was watching me all night long. But no, you bring up the Sixers, so I'm going to leave this with a question. Okay. And I know they were one of my favorite groups back in the 90s, and they're still balling, T-Boz and Chili, TLC, but all I'm going to say is TLC, the
Rest
group.
in peace, Left Eye.
Right, you got it. Is the only TLC I want to see on my screen anymore because I am tired of TLC on a Sixers team. I'm just saying. I'm throwing it out there.
I don't want no scrubs.
Right?
No scrubs.
In my book, he's one of those scrubs. So please,
he's not hitting anything.
Labalu Kabaway, or I don't know how to say
Luwawu
his name.
Cabarrot.
Whatever his name is. Listen, man, he's building more bricks than the Three Little Pigs in their house out there. He really is. So I want no more Timothy
Got
out
enough
there.
bricks to build a house on Broad Street. There you go.
I love it. I love it. My final words are, man, it was one hell of a week. It was started off with the beatdown over the Cowboys, and it didn't stop, and it rolled into the Chicago Bears, and it's just it's a crazy feeling to be inside that link, and everybody knows that the Eagles are going to come out and they're going
Let's
to
go
blow them
Browns.
out. And it's just
Yeah, man.
And I look around, I'm like, everyone's saying the same thing. Like, I don't want to be a homer, but we're not losing this game. Like, what is going on? Let's go here. And that's how it was. And I just feel like they're going to do the same thing in Seattle. I really do. I think these boys are ready. They're looking forward to a game. This game is going to be on national TV,
Again.
prime time, at night. The stars are going to be shining bright, and I feel like the Eagles are going to go up there and they're going to take it to Seattle. So looking forward to that game, man. As always, boys.
There it is.
Adrian Fedke, Tony Cotillo. Make sure you guys follow these boys on everything social media. Adrian does a great job breaking it down. Tony does a great job keeping in touch with everybody on social media. So we greatly appreciate all the support at PhillyUmster.com.
Yeah, keep it going, boys.
Yeah,
keep it going, please.
We're gonna finish strong. We got big season in front of us and a lot of cool things upcoming. That's for sure. So, with that being said, thank you very much for everyone tuning in tonight. Once again, we'll be back on Tuesday. We're here every Tuesday night at 8:00, getting rowdy for you, talking Eagles and all things NFL, and a little Sixers on the way out the door. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a good night. Talk to you later. Peace.
Go Redskins on Thursday.
Yeah, go Skins.
Yeah. Can Kirk pull it out?